My name is Jay Rothman, and welcome to my spontaneous virtual hike. And live this morning, I am coming in from Scottsdale, Arizona. I almost said Phoenix, but in fact, it is Scottsdale. I am hovering. I am not say hiding, but there's this boulder here that's I've estimated about 20 feet taller than I am, and it's giving me this comfort and shade. As I take a moment, I took this trail today down to the end, and I turned around and I am on my way back up. This trail at one point becomes what they refer to as a strenuous hike. At this time of year, the dead of summer, as they say, this is a triple diamond trail for at least a portion of this hike. Today, I decided to go in all the way till the end. So that I can, let's say, detox out, cleanse out all of the toxins from my dinner last night. I decided to have my last dinner be a heavy dinner as opposed to a lighter dinner, a little bit of a different strategy than last year when I did a 19-day water fast. I'll tell you, I am feeling good today. I have sweated out a lot. It's a little cooler. I think it's about 88, maybe 90 degrees right now rather than 100. Fahrenheit, which is typically what it is. Good morning and good evening, depending on where you are coming in from around the world. In this particular live, as I was wrapping up my prayer and meditation and nature bathing and singing and just in the flow of connecting with my higher self, listening to some incredible music, I was thinking about how we are given a diagnosis. And then behind the diagnosis is a prognosis. And sometimes, we go into the doctor because we have a cold or a sinus infection, or we think we may have the flu or an earache. Those are acute illnesses. Other times we step in because something is much more serious, and that would fall under what is called a chronic disease, perhaps. And with a diagnosis comes a prognosis, and many times we may hear a prognosis that says there is no cure, and you will have to learn to live and accept this disease. And there are medicines that we can give you to help either A, relieve the pain, or B, hold back or slow down the progression of this disease, whatever that disease might be. For some of us, it's kidney, it's liver, it's heart disease, it's brain. Sometimes it is autoimmune. Sometimes it is cancer. There are so many. There's over 88 autoimmune diseases that have been diagnosed to this date. But of course, we have all of the other majors that at any point can impact our life. And I refer to, when we get the prognosis a lot of times, is it a life sentence or a death sentence? And I believe, from my own experience, many times it is both. It is a life sentence and it is a death sentence because it is a very, very, very painful and slow progression of a disease. Other times we're taken out pretty quick. But before I go any further, I want to just welcome some of you that have joined me live. Adele Jacobs coming in from South Africa. Yes, yes, yes. You see that? This is for you right now, Adele. Yes, yes, yes. Elizabeth Richter coming in. Linda, good to see you. Mary Kelly, my angel. Joanne Drew. Joanne Drew, so nice to see you. Good morning. Good afternoon, probably close for you back in New York. Donna Spigel, I'm not sure if I got your last name pronounced correctly, but good to see you. I look forward to our conversation tomorrow. Caroline Adele says, hello, Jay. Been a while for me. Doing some catching up. I'm not sure what time is Jay Shetty on today. I haven't been paying attention to his time as he tends to be moving around a lot these days. Katrina, good to see you. Linda says, hello, Jay. I actually got a ding notice. Yay. Okay. Deborah coming in from Payson, Arizona. Katrina, she says, hi. Katrina says, good morning. And she is coming in from Canada. Thank you for joining me. Zahira, thank you so much. Zahira, I'd love to know where you're coming in from. Mary says, oh, hell no. Mary, what are you referring to, the life sentence or the death sentence, or both? Anita, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Linda says, you are blessed where you live. Beautiful weather, beautiful hikes, beauty all around. Thank you. Prashant, where are you coming in from? Thank you so much for joining me. Charlene, Lovegrove, I love your last name, Charlene Lovegrove. That sounds just incredible. Sharon Dezuti coming in from Long Beach, California. Thank you so much for joining me on this live this morning. Melanie, Omar, good to see you. Katrina, yes. Estella, she says both, yes. The life sentence, Cynthia Mayhar, thank you for joining me this morning. So as I take a moment, I am being hugged and loved by this boulder that perhaps may be one of the largest ones on this mountain. I'm going to do a little bit of a 360, give you a view of this golf course and these homes that are set right behind me. Cynthia's coming in from New Jersey, and Elizabeth is coming in from the Netherlands. She says, send some heat here. And here's some of the trail that I have to ascend up. The most difficult part of my hike I am in right now as I take a moment to rest and to breathe and to just be here with you in this moment. So here's the reality, is that I know so many people just in my own life that have accepted the life sentence, and with that, a death sentence. And here's my perspective on it. It is a choice to accept the prognosis. It is a choice to believe what your doctor may tell you and think that there are no other choices out there. And I will say this to you from my own experience of not only navigating through 8 diagnoses that I have healed since 2015, coming up on 4 years. I am also, I have brought into my own life many other people that have in fact healed from major chronic diagnoses and life sentences, such as MS, such as Hashimoto's, such as mental health diseases like schizophrenia, borderline personality, bipolar. And these people have done it by taking themselves off of drugs and creating a protocol for themselves with the assistance at times with professionals and others that have stepped before them and had the courage to heal mind, body, and soul. And so where that puts me today is that I was given a prognosis, as are millions of other people that were diagnosed with APS, which is a rare autoimmune blood disorder that creates blood clotting throughout the body, throughout the arteries, throughout vital organs. And I started to follow two APS groups on Facebook back in 15 towards maybe 16. And both of them, one of them was coming in from the UK and the other one was coming in from the United States. And over time, I stopped paying attention because every single person that commented and showed up on those 2 Facebook pages came in from basically complaining, just sharing their pain, sharing their how they're choosing to live in the disease that they were diagnosed with. And from day one, I said for myself, no. I refuse to accept the prognosis. I am willing to accept the diagnosis that the medical test showed, but I am not willing to accept that this is all I've got. No. It's not going to work, and it never did work for me. And so from day one, I paid very little attention to those 2 Facebook pages. And I believe back in 18, I didn't unfriend, but I started to hit unfollow, because I'm not interested to hear people who are just complaining, just living in pain, and not doing any work for themselves, but just accepting what someone's opinion is of a prognosis. There are millions of people that have and continue to heal from autoimmune. There are millions of people that have healed from stage 4 cancer. I introduced many of you to one of those women. Her name is Kate Malvnan, and she resides in Australia. She's been on my show, Real People, Real Health, a couple of times now, once by herself and once with Dr. Tony Jimenez, the founder of Hope for Cancer. And she's going to be back in the studio in the next week or 2 when she catches her breath as she is on her way home, a 20-hour flight from Cancun, Mexico, where she just spent, I think, about 10 days or so filming a TV reality show called 8 Days, the first of its kind. It's going to be out January 20th. January 20th. We're out of July. I don't recall the station, but we'll keep you posted. But she's going to come into the studio in the next 2 weeks. We chatted yesterday, and so catch your breath. And when you're ready to come on back in and share where you are at in your healing. Not only did she not have just stage 4 cancer, but it had metastasized throughout her body, throughout her blood, her bones, vital organs. And she's going to come in to share where she is at in her healing journey. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a hint. She's doing amazing. She's doing amazing because she when she was told that she had 6 months to live back in Australia, and that there was it was too late to give her chemo or radiation. Thank God she didn't get that. Thank God they didn't offer her that. They offered her one drug that may give her up to 2 years to live, but at most. But basically, they said, get prepared, get your house in order, because you could be out in 6 months. And it's over a year now, and she is not dying today. She is living. She's doing really well. And so I'm excited to have Kate back in the studio. And that's, what Kate does for me is she actually inspires me every day, because I follow her on Instagram, and every once in a while we chat one-on-one and we connect, and she is giving me a lot of my own inspiration that anything is possible. If she can have the stamina and the strength and the commitment to herself to self-heal from stage 4 metastasized cancer, then by golly, I can have what it takes to heal from an autoimmune disease called APS, antiphospholipid syndrome. Mary says, she said, hell no, yes, yes, yes. And not only did she say hell no, but she made a conscious decision to invite her healing journey in a very public way. Just like I made that decision back in 2016 to open up and share my journey of healing and the ups and downs and the good days and the bad days, and just share my truth. That's exactly what she's done, and she continues to do. And she's got so many people that are holding space for her. That's Kate Malvinen. But in any event, I want to just come back here. Elizabeth says, awesome. I wish my sister had this awareness. Sadly, she passed away. My condolences to you, Elizabeth, to hear this news. I will say this, unfortunately, she's not the only one. There's millions and millions of people that do not understand that they have a choice. And it's because they're living in a limited belief system and have all their faith in Western medicine, and think that whatever a doctor says is the truth. But there's a reason that they refer to it as practicing medicine, because they're practicing. They have no guarantees. And a lot of times, what they think is right is wrong. And what they think is wrong is actually right. They're just people. And what Western medicine doesn't take into account is something that I will refer to as God's natural laws. God's natural laws did this with me. What Western medicine said was they needed to put a bypass in my leg so I could have blood flow and not be living in a wheelchair today. And at some point, my bypass occluded 100%, which means it was blocked. And it still is blocked. And from their perspective, I should be in a wheelchair today. I should have zero blood flow from my hip down to my toes. But a year ago, August, just over a year ago, they found that although my bypass was blocked, I had a blood flow of 70%. Why? They determined that I had created my own collateral vessels. So I'm now fueling. I've created my own freeway of blood flow down to my toes, to my hip, bypassing the bypass. How did I do that? Because I showed up every day. And at that point, I showed up just riding a beach cruiser going, about 12 miles an hour along the shorelines of Huntington Beach, California. But once I had that new diagnosis, I understood that if I could get to 70% by sitting on a beach cruiser, my God, I got to be able to get back to 100%, creating more blood flow, creating more vessels, creating more veins by hiking every day. So I show up in pain every single day. Every day I show up in pain, but I know that when I push through this pain and I make it to the peak, that I am creating additional freeway of blood flow. And so Linda says we have a choice. Healed, good idea for a t-shirt. Yes, thank you so much. Here's my new t-shirt, one of them that I created last week. It says healed. Yes, yes, yes. The cap says yes, yes, yes. We have another slogan that says race for time, dying to live. Mary, got a couple of those t-shirts as tank tops, yoga tops. Perhaps we'll take a photo of her today. But in any event, it's a choice to accept what somebody else says is your truth, or it's your choice to say, no, 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 I don't accept this as a truth. Get educated, do your research, invest in yourself, and start your own healing journey. Just have the courage to lean into faith and not fear. Faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. That's what I lean into every single day. Faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. Because I know that my work is not done. I know that I am here today, having gone through this incredible journey of pain and life and suffering and surviving, so that I can thrive. And through my thriving, I will inspire millions of people around the world not to believe the bullshit lie, the BS that you have been told about yourself, whether it was a doctor, whether it was a mom or a dad when you were a kid, whether it was an uncle, a sibling, an aunt, an uncle, a teacher, kids on the playground. We have a choice today to no longer believe the BS that we've been listening to and holding on to forever. We have another choice today. Another choice today is to say no. No, thank you. Because when we say no, thank you, what we're saying is yes. We're saying yes to ourselves. We're saying yes, 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 we can do this. I am well. I am healed. I am whole. I am love. I am compassion. I am forgiveness. That's what we're saying. When we say no, we're saying yes to ourselves. And so with that, I'm going to get on with this hike because today is day one. Yes, yes, yes. Day one of a 5-day water fast. It was suggested to me by Dr. Jimenez from Hope for Cancer that I jump into a 5-day water fast, do one a month for the next 4 or 5 months, because by day 4, between day 4 and 5, my stem cells will be regenerating, healthy, and the intention is to work towards shutting off the autoimmune APS that has been visiting me for some time. But it's time for APS to go home, go somewhere else, retire, be done, be out. And so, doing a 5-day water fast for me feels like it's, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. It's just going to be simple, not easy. Simple. Why? Because I already did almost a 3-week water fast last September. If I could do just shy of 3 weeks, 19 days, I can do 5 days almost with my eyes closed. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it is simple though. And so what that means for me is today is my last hike. Today is my last hike. I took it to the end. I took it all the way to the end. I powered through it because I know that come tomorrow morning, I am not going to be on the trails. I'm going to be doing a different type of self-care. I probably will come out here and take my shoes off at the trailhead and just ground for maybe an hour. Ground my toes deep into the sand, into this desert sand, and look at the majestic mountain as my backdrop and just go to prayer and meditation and song and sing, and perhaps I'll even write. And that's all good because after that, I'll go home and I'll probably do some, I'll sit in my pool hammock and I'll do some laps, gentle laps, kicking and moving my arms just so that my body continues to move. But with being in a pool, it's a different type of exercise. It's a gentle, not painful, but a very gentle exercise. But at least it'll keep my body moving. And so that's what I got going. I will continue to give you updates. I will monitor my blood pressure 2 or 3 times a day, see what's going on. I will be paying very close attention to what my body is telling me. I will, in fact, do some coffee enemas along this short journey. It's part of the protocol, and so I'm going to welcome it into my life. Take coffee a whole nother way, to a whole nother level. If you've done it before, I'd love to hear what your experience has been. In any event, have an awesome day. Thank you for joining me on a Spontaneous Live. One last thing, if you have not considered donating to this medical fundraiser, I will ask that you support me in this moment. So many people say, how can I help? How can I help? Or I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. And right now, the best way you can be of service to me is to step forward and donate, whether it be $1 or somewhere between $1 and $100,000. I will accept each dollar with humility and grace and with gratitude, because if we think we can't afford, that's just another lie we're telling ourselves. If we can't afford $1, it's just so hard for me to accept that we can't afford $1 to give to somebody that's asking for assistance right now. I'm asking for assistance so that I can climb this mountain with each and every single one of you to this peak. Raise my arms like this right now and say, yes, 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 I am healed. Yes, 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 we are healed together. I love you. Have an awesome day. We'll catch up hopefully tomorrow from perhaps poolside, and I'll give you an update then. Make today the best day of your life, because right now it's the only day you are guaranteed. It's just right here, right now. Do some self-care. Be gentle yourself. Be loving. And we'll catch you next time on Spontaneous Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.